Cameroon's first electric buses are ready to be shipped into the country with aim to address urban infrastructure and ease circulation. The journey towards the completion of the Bamenda Proximity Stadium has gained significant momentum since FIFA awarded Cameroon $6.5 million in 2023. Get details of these stories and more in today's edition of the newscast. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for joining us on the Primetime Newscast on ABAKWA Television this second day of July 2025. We are coming to you live from Bamenda, Cameroon, and at the anchor, my name is Nbe Naivona. Let's begin to talk politics as ahead of the 2025 presidential elections in Cameroon. President Paul Biya has kicked off the strategic phase of his campaign. On his firm instructions, the Minister of State, Secretary General of the Presidency of the Republic, Ferdinand Ngongo, has begun a series of consultations with members of the government and parliamentarians, all representing the different regions of Cameroon. Now, these meetings, it should be noted, which kick-started on July 1 in the Far North region, aim to define common strategies and mobilize political actors around the goal of a clear and decisive victory in the upcoming elections. Consultations will continue in other regions as programmed, and of course, it's aimed towards a national coverage. And as you heard in one of our late stories, Cameroon's first electric buses are ready to be shipped into the country, precisely in Garoua, and it is aimed to address urban infrastructure and, of course, e-circulation of persons. The information was made known by the Minister of Housing and Urban Development. Let's get details in this report.
The Minister of Housing and Urban Development has revealed plans to introduce an integrated urban mass transit system in Cameroon, with the first shipment of electric buses for the city of Garoua now ready for delivery. This move is part of the government's broader strategy to modernize city transport and cut down on carbon emissions in line with its climate action goals. The electric buses will operate on Garoua's main urban roads, aiming to enhance city mobility while offering residents a cleaner, safer, and more efficient transport option. The buses are now ready for shipping, marking a major step forward in Cameroon's push for eco-friendly transportation. Minister Celestine Kache highlights that the initiative is in line with efforts to upgrade urban infrastructure and alleviate traffic congestion in key cities of the country. It is hoped that once in Cameroon, the buses will undergo final checks before being rolled out for public use.
And now let's take you over to Ngokitunja division in the northwest region of Cameroon, where the senior divisional office has been scrutinized for detaining family members of supposed secessionist fighters. Minyam Sibel took interest in this and now reports.
These children are reportedly being held as bargaining chips for a prisoner swap involving the kidnapped brigade commander of Babesi, taken by the self-proclaimed Amazonia general, I Novadai. Human rights advocates condemn this action as a violation of the Geneva Convention and the optional protocol to the Convention on the Rights of the Child, which prohibits the use of children in armed conflict. Legal experts stress that the SDO's conduct endangers the welfare of these vulnerable individuals. Despite the seriousness of the issue, organizations like the Cameroon Bar Association, Save the Children, and others have remained silent. As the children enter their ninth day in detention, calls for accountability are intensifying, with many expressing frustration over the perceived lack of rights for Anglophones in Cameroon. Critics urge authorities to address these violations and prioritize the safety and dignity of all citizens. The SDO has not yet commented on the situation, and advocacy groups are calling for immediate action to protect the rights of these children. Further developments are expected as the community seeks justice.
If you are just joining us, you are on to the primetime newscast on ABAKWA television this second day of July 2025. In news around sports, the journey towards the completion of the Bamenda Proximity Stadium is gaining momentum since FIFA awarded Cameroon the sum of $6.5 billion in 2023. Miniam Sibel took interest in this and now tells us more.
Announced by Samuel Eto'o, president of the Cameroon Football Federation (FECAFOOT), this funding forms part of FIFA's Forward 3 program and is the maximum amount allocated to a federation. Eto'o emphasized that the funds would be utilized for various projects, including the construction of proximity stadiums, signaling a commitment to enhancing local sport infrastructure. This announcement came after an audit of FECAFOOT, which underscored the federation's readiness for such investment. Fast forward to June 2025, the excitement around the Bamenda Proximity Stadium intensified as updates confirmed significant progress. Funded by the United Nations Development Programme, the stadium is designed to provide a modern facility for local clubs and sports enthusiasts. On June 27, 2025, Northwest Governor Adolphe Lele Lafrie visited the stadium in Tafi, where installation of the synthetic turf was underway. Recent images released on July 1, 2025 showcased the nearing completion of the facility, generating enthusiasm among football fans in the region. As of today, the Bamenda Proximity Stadium is almost ready for its official opening, promising to be a state-of-the-art venue for local sporting events. The community eagerly anticipates the chance to cheer on their favorite teams in this new landmark. With the successful collaboration between FIFA, FECAFOOT, and the United Nations Development Programme, the realization of the Bamenda Stadium marks a significant milestone in enhancing Cameroon's football infrastructure and promoting local sports.
And still in sport, the 2025 edition of the Mount Mejang Race of Hope has taken place recently, bringing together sons and daughters of the Mbem village in the Ngwa subdivision. Details with our reporter.
The 28th edition of the Mount Mejang Race has taken place in Mbem, Ngwa subdivision in Donga Mantung division of the Northwest region of Cameroon. The race, which took place on Saturday, June 28, 2025, saw the participation of some 98 athletes covering a distance of 28 kilometers. In his male category, Senior B Kadri emerged champion, while Kakuweb Mirabel claimed the top spot in the female senior category. They each received a trophy and a cash prize of 300,000 francs CFA, with all 98 athletes receiving 5,000 francs as participation bonuses. The event witnessed the presence of local administrative and municipal authorities, including the Fon of Mbem, His Royal Highness Ngweng Samwe, who called on all sons and daughters of Mbem to look back home and develop their village to be an enviable city in Cameroon.
And we want that all Mbem sons and daughters, they should look back home and develop Mbem to be another city in Cameroon, so that all of us would like to stay in Mbem here.
Some distinguished personalities also received special decoration from their traditional ruler for their outstanding services to the development of the community. The occasion witnessed cultural dances and artistic presentation, showcasing the rich cultural heritage of the Mbem people. This 2025 edition of the Mount Mejang Race was financed by Camtel as official partner, with the Mbem Development and Cultural Association and the Nwar Municipal Council, as well as some elites. The Mount Majang race was founded by late Pa Ngaben Bello Amos in 1998. The race has since become a prominent platform for nurturing some of Cameroon's finest athletic talents. Mount Majang race has produced champions who continue to elevate Cameroon's athletic reputation at home and abroad. Notable winners of the race include Gottlof Gapsibwin, Kongmise Joseph, Tata Karin, Adamu Isa, Ngwang Karin, amongst others. The crowd puller was a unique opportunity to solidify excellence, unity, and community development.
And July 2 is commemorated annually as World Sports Journalist Day, and the day is set aside to celebrate the role of sports journalists in informing the public about sporting activities. The day was created in 1994 by the International Sports Press Association with reason to celebrate their 70th anniversary as a sports body. In the 1920s, the profession began to take shape, and of course, newspapers dedicated more time and space for sports journalists. Now today, the field has garnered widespread admiration as many more journalists have ventured into the field and are of course creating impact in the world of sports. Happy International Sports Journalist Day to the sports reporters of ABAKWA Television, and of course to all sports journalists in Cameroon and beyond. And it's on this note, ladies and gentlemen, that we have come to the end of the Primetime Newscast this second day of July 2025 on ABAKWA Television. Thanks for watching. The news was produced by David Baudrek and supervised by the station's director, King Wills. At the anchor, I am Nabe Naivona. Thanks for watching, and to stay in the company of more programs on ABAKWA Television. Good night.